A lone wolf steps into a forest clearing, its gaze locking onto a figure approaching from a distance, and for an instant, its ears perk up, alert. As the wolf continues its journey through the forest, a faint rustling in the underbrush catches its attention. It slows its pace, ears still perked up, and cautiously approaches the sound. The rustling grows louder, and the wolf's eyes narrow as it takes in the scene before it, a tangled mess of branches and leaves, partially blocking a small stream that once flowed freely. Months spent navigating these woods have taken their toll on the wolf's coat, now matted with dirt and twigs. Its paws leave impressions in the damp earth as it pads around the obstacle, searching for a way to bypass it. A figure emerges from behind a tree, its presence causing the wolf to freeze, ears perked up in attention. The person moves cautiously, speaking softly as they approach the tangled mass of branches and leaves. The sound of their footsteps on damp earth is carried through the quiet morning air. As they reach out a hand, the wolf's eyes fixate on it, its gaze unwavering. After a moment of stillness, the person gently works to untangle the obstruction, revealing a small section of streambed beneath. Water begins to flow again, and the wolf's attention shifts to this new development. It watches with interest as the water gurgles over smooth rocks before returning its gaze to the person. Months later, the wolf is seen at a rehabilitation center, its once mangy coat now thickening with new growth. A caregiver approaches, and the wolf's ears perk up slightly as it watches the person move towards it. The sound of birds chirping in the distance fills the air as the wolf stands still, its gaze fixed on the approaching figure. In time, the wolf begins to tolerate being near the caregiver, eventually allowing them to touch its fur without flinching. Its tail starts to wag more frequently, and it begins to show interest in toys and activities meant to stimulate its mind and body. A small pool of water is placed nearby, and the wolf approaches it cautiously at first, but soon returns to it regularly, lapping up the water with a curious expression. As time passes, the wolf's tolerance for being near its caregiver grows. The animal allows the caretaker to feed it treats by hand, its ears perking up at the sound of the bag being opened. Months later, the wolf is seen approaching the caretaker voluntarily, its tail held high as it pads towards them. The caregiver speaks softly, and the wolf responds with a low whine, its vocalization a sign of relaxation in their presence. The wolf now roams freely in its forest habitat, its path occasionally crossing with that of its former caregiver. A soft rustle of leaves signals their approach to each other. The caregiver speaks softly, a familiar phrase that prompts the wolf to slow its pace and raise its ears. As they draw closer, the wolf's tail begins to wag, its movements becoming more deliberate as it pads towards its rescuer. In this moment, the wolf pauses, surveying its surroundings before proceeding on its way. The caregiver watches quietly, a subtle smile present in their expression. Months have passed since their last encounter, yet the bond between them remains palpable.